The Kurt Angle farewell tour culminates in this final appearance here in TNA, and who better than Lashley, the Almighty himself. Two of the toughest that TNA has to offer, both incredible amateur backgrounds. Kurt Angle, of course, an Olympic gold medalist in his own right, and Lashley competing in the Army Wrestling League. This is no ordinary pro wrestling match. There is so much history between these two. From the very first time these two competed here in TNA last year, Wembley Arena, when Angle was challenger, Lashley was champion, Angle would come out on top. And Lashley is starting to get caught off his guard. It's guys like Kurt Angle that led the way for guys like Bobby Lashley to have a footing in this industry. Angle, being an Olympic gold medalist, making it widely known what he has done in the amateur world, the freestyle world of wrestling, and making it possible for that transition to professional wrestling. He made it possible for so many to be able to do, as Angle and Lashley go at it again. Angle quick to kick out of Lashley's pinfall attempt. Now it's Lashley who's looking to put all the stops on Kurt Angle and just driving the elbows into Angle. And just slamming through. Just slamming right through Lashley. Kurt Angle going to work on Bobby Lashley. Kurt Angle's really bringing the fight right now. That's the big thing to note, is Angle's drive at any point in his career, the true wrestling machine. However, has he met his match on this night? Is the pressure there, with it being where everything culminates on this farewell tour here in TNA? As Lashley goes for the cover, Angle kicks out at one. Not gonna be just yet. But Lashley follows up with a boot to the side of the head. Almost a cheap shot. Referee Brian Hebner was even like, hey, you better be aware of what you're doing there. Now just perfectly executing each shot to Angle as he drives the boot into the throat of the Olympic gold medalist. A true wrestling machine. Angle, who's won world title after world title after world title. As Lashley just hammering away on Kurt Angle. Doing what he can to make a weakness. It's very well documented, the neck injuries of Kurt Angle. So trying to go after the throat, trying to go after the back of the neck. It's all a big part of the game for Bobby Lashley. Kurt Angle literally never stopped being braggadocious about winning the gold medal with a broken neck. It could be time to put away Kurt Angle. Nope, Kurt Angle is not going to go down that easy. I was surprised to see that Lashley spent even that much time preparing as to put away Kurt Angle early on. What a nasty back elbow by Bobby Lashley. Lashley doing a lot of showboating in this matchup. Lashley, another man that has a lot of size, but is also very quick, very agile. Goes for a cover, trying to muscle through Angle. Angle quick to kick out at one. Just showing just how much that Kurt Angle has left in the tank. Lashley wrapping his large bicep around the neck of Angle as he looks to fade the farewell tour into oblivion. The farewell finale, if you will. We will have a winner of this matchup. Angle gets the German. Here we go again. It's a ride for Bobby Lashley. However, Lashley trying to fight to prevent the trio of Germans to come through. Lashley and the running power slam. Just like that, managing to turn things around is Bobby Lashley. And we all know what comes next as Lashley looks to put the finishing touches on his artwork with a spear. But Angle got the boot up. Angle thinking Angle slam. And he got it, but he didn't get all of it. Kurt Angle trying to put away Bobby Lashley. One for an Angle slam, but it wasn't all of it. Bleeding from the mouth is Angle following that back elbow we saw, blocking that German earlier. 3 more. Oh, and if you never thought it could get worse, bad to worse, Angle tastes blood, and the straps come down off the singlet. It is game over. The cyborg, the wrestling machine that is Kurt Angle, could put away Lashley in their finale. Lashley countering Kurt Angle. Gotta remember, Lashley has a little bit of experience in Bellator. And Lashley's got it. The armbar. The armbar is locked in and stretched deep on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's going to have to figure out a way to turn through it. And Angle seems to. And he gets it and turns it right into an ankle lock. Look at that impressive counter by Kurt Angle. Quick to turn it in and switch it around to his favor. We're seeing what peak wrestling looks like, what the best of the best has to offer. There is no need for a title to be on the line when you have such talent like Angle and Lashley, as Lashley drives Angle into the mat with a spine buster. All power on that spine buster to Kurt Angle. Turns around and there's the spear. And good night, Kurt Angle. That's gonna do. Not gonna happen yet. And the frustration, you saw it. Bobby Lashley thought he had it in the bag. But that split second of frustration. And what I like about Bobby Lashley is that he's quick to, regroup. Don't worry about the what if, why didn't that work? He's going to go right for it again. He's going to make sure this is the finishing blow. And another one. That's got to do it. And now the end is near. Now I was going to say the end is near. And Kurt Angle was about to face the final curtain. But not today. As Angle shows the absolute max of resiliency. Third time's a charm, but Angle sidesteps. And now gonna stack up. Maybe not stack up. He's gonna go turn it right back into the ankle lock. Gonna get a nice torque on that ankle lock. And now he's gonna drop all the weight on the ankle. There is absolutely nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Nowhere to go for Bobby Lashley in no man's land. All the weight of Kurt Angle wrapped around the leg, leaving it up to the upper body strength of Bobby Lashley, the fortitude of a man who has been an almighty force here in TNA. Can Lashley withstand the hold? Or will he be forced to give up? Not too many men can say they've gotten out of this. Once Kurt Angle locks his legs around the leg, it is usually game over. He could snap that ankle right here, right now. Kurt Angle again trying to deepen it, but Lashley able to turn things around. But the damage has to be done at this point. Lashley survived. Full speed ahead. Angle hits the steel post, and no one there. And another spear. That's the third one, and that'll do it. Lashley has defeated Kurt Angle. The Destroyer Lashley survived the ankle lock. I don't know how he survived it, but he did. And to be able to get up and use some kind of superhuman adrenaline to nail one final spear without falling down after all the damage under the ankle. Power to you, Bobby Lashley, for being able to withstand it and push through and get the victory over Kurt Angle. And a great sign of respect, great show of respect from Bobby Lashley and Kurt Angle. What a moment. This is what this sport is all about. These two fight their hearts out day in and day out, and it's nights like these that make it absolutely worth it. Thank you, Kurt. Absolute class. Oh, come on, you cheap. If I had said the next words, boy howdy. There was no reason for that. Are you serious? You piece of human garbage. Now the ref, you have no issue with the ref. You have no reason to put your hands on Brian Hebner, but here comes Drew Galloway, and Galloway has seen enough. And Galloway checking on Angle. And Galloway gets speared through by Lashley. Lashley is just spearing through everybody. And there comes Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards eats a spear. All these men coming out to defend Kurt Angle. And another spear by Lashley. There's a new cyborg. A new machine. A true destroyer in Bobby Lashley.